how's it, everybody? It is right around 5:30 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2:30 p.m. Hawaiian time. I'm going to call it 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7:30 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter today, and I am running very, very late. It looks like we got one person in the house. That's Pacola T. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in for the big old party. It might just be the two of us. Who knows? Who knows? Yep, so sorry about running so late today. I have a friend over who is doing some yard work for me. We were getting some details about my yard and lawn, etc., etc. Suddenly it was 5 o'clock. Hadn't gotten anything organized. We still had more to talk about. So sometimes, apparently, as I say, life takes precedence over internet. And today, accidentally, my life took precedence over the internet instead of internet. So we've got Mama Sean there on the YouTube side. So it looks like everything is streaming properly on both channels. And let's see here. Pinnell writes things coming in, saying aloha, Ashes, Dusty, and Leo. And she said aloha to me as well. Thanks, Pinnell, for subscribing for 52 months in a row. That's a really long time. All right, Trail Dust Party. Hope it's a pool party. Oh, it's a little bit too chilly for that there pool party, but the sun is shining, but definitely no pools for me. Not yet. Not yet. Let's see here. Pacola T, you're ready with your kettle corn? You are addicted. You know what? I gotta say, I am just not a fan of the kettle corn. You know, I want my popcorn to be salty, or I want it to be caramel. But like the half fast, as it were. Let's see, do we have our little half fast emote? A half fast caramel corn is just not for me. That's exactly right, Pacola T. More for you then, precisely. You know what, I gotta say, also, Luke is on early tonight. I'll be off once he's back from getting Austin. Oh, okay, you know what, Pinnell, that actually sounds perfect, because I got nothing. I really have nothing to talk about tonight. So maybe we're just gonna call this one a super short show, and when Luke comes on, we will all just raid over to him. In fact, I don't know how early he's going to be coming on, but if we end up crossing paths, that might be the exact perfect solution, because I don't have a whole lot. I mean, sometimes not having a whole lot leads to the funniest places, but for real, I don't have a whole lot today. But since we do have some folks coming in, or who've already been here, shall we get the party started? Let's do that, shall we? Yes, let's. All right, so wait, Mama Sean is bragging. Our pool is only 80 inches, so no pool party here either. Only 80 inches? That sounds like a perfectly fine little... I don't need to go swimming. I can just sit in a pool and go, I'm in a pool. Honestly, I don't really understand why people have hot tubs. I would rather have a cool tub. Just a cool tub that I can sit, maybe with some bubbles, maybe not. Hot tub. I get hot flashes. I don't need no hot tub. And let's see here. Say that 5 times fast. Super short show. Super short show. Super short show. No, we're not gonna see. Quote me on that. That's a t-shirt right there. That's on a t-shirt. Okay, so let's see here. I don't know if you guys heard. 80 feet pool? That's a huge pool, dude. You could have a huge pool party with all like 5 of us or something. Let's do it. I'm sure it's warm enough to need the pool party in your neck of the woods. But I don't know if you guys heard or not, but apparently there was a big news in England for just like a minute. But yeah, the king died. Apparently King Charles was dead. They declared him dead on nationwide radio. But then they had an update. As it turns out, someone pressed the wrong button. The king is not dead. The king is not dead. But when when you push the button that says the king is dead, there apparently is 1 minute of automated like radio silence that's mandated within the program. So they had to like overwrite the mandated protocol and, you know, go in the back door to turn off the silence, which I realized that makes no sense. How do you turn off the silence? In radio, they do have ways to just do that. And anyway, so King Charles is not dead. He was in Northern Ireland when they told him he was dead. And I don't know if he knows that I don't actually know if they told him he was dead for a second. But he was dead for a second. Oops. Honestly, that little story made me laugh today. I saw it as I was scrolling through various things. I had to laugh because, first off, I don't really like King Charles. I don't even like to refer to him as the king. He's always going to be Prince Charles in my head, but he is king, so okay. I don't really like him. But when I read that he was dead, I have to admit, I kind of like got a jump in my throat. I was like, oh my God, like Princess Diana's husband died, you know? But then when I found out that he didn't, and the whole brouhaha, I don't know. I had to laugh at my entire reaction. Like, I don't like the guy, yet still somehow I'm like, oh no, he died. Clutch my pearls. When normally you'd think when someone you don't like dies, you wouldn't be all clutching your pearls. So I guess I like him more than I know. Either way, somebody, hold on. Somebody is definitely out of shot. Poor Kay, what's your issue with Charles? Oh, why? I just don't like him. I don't know. Here's the deal, Pecola T. It's absolutely irrational, but in my mind, Queen Elizabeth is always and will always be the Queen of England. And so if she's the Queen of England, then there can't be a king. I know, it makes no sense. I understand, but I just... And then also, here, I grew up, like, it was pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie, to have a queen. She was the queen, and she was she was just the queen, right? And now we just have a king. King. Just have a king. No. Everybody has kings. They had a cool queen. Everybody has a king. Now they have a king again. Yeah, it's not like he's done anything wrong. In fact, you'd think I would like him because he's all about the environmentalisms and the organic foods and all the things. I mean, he's never really done much to annoy me. He just annoys me. Honestly, I really feel like it was the do y'all remember before he and his new wife got married and the leaking of a conversation that he had with whoever his wife is, Camilla, where he said he wished he was her tampon? At that point, I just was like, no, I can't with this guy. Like, if that is he so... How is that sweet talk? How is that romantic? How is that sexy? Is that really the best you can do for flirty, dirty bedtime talk? I don't know. He just has never really been... I've always been a fan of Diana. And so, you know, he was cheating on her big time. I mean, he's a super dork. Exactly, Panel. I mean, he's a super dork. And the heir to the throne, whichever one is the oldest, obviously is Charles's son and seems to be equally dorky. That youngest one, though, I don't know if he's necessarily Charles's is his son. He looks an awful lot like Princess Diana's riding coach back in the day, but you know, who's to say? Who's to say? All right, so that was just something goofy that I wanted to share with you guys. But here is something that is also goofy that I wanted to share with you guys, but I just think it's so cute because you know what? The more I learn about, DNA tests. I really do wonder if there's been a DNA test that's been kept under wraps because I know I'm not the only one who sees the resemblance. Okay? I'm not the first person in the world to go, So, 23andMe on the Royals, exactly. But, I can imagine the controversy if they really, A, did that, and B, the results got out. Ooh. At that point, I guess it doesn't matter. If it ends up that that's true, then I guess it doesn't matter that he married Meghan Markle. He is already halfway kicked out the family anyway, so... yeah, exactly. I can hear it. Maury Povich, Charles, you are not the father. That is exactly what I think everyone is thinking. Maybe not everybody, but I know one person is, and that person's me. But, and that would not be fun. But you know what is fun? And I am convinced that every single mammal, and perhaps even non-mammal, I'm going to just say animal. Animals love to slide. I swear, every animal, a slip or slide, a sled, just a little slide down the hill. Every animal loves it. And the reason why I know this now is because there's a trail cam. I don't know if it's a trail per se, but anyway, there's a wildlife cam, and they caught all these pictures. A trail cam from the property near Bozeman, Montana is getting shared everywhere because people keep saying, there's no way this is real. The guy who owns the land has a big plastic sled he leaves out for his kids in the winters. For the last week, he's been finding it moved halfway down the hill every morning. He figured the wind or neighborhood kids were messing with that. He checked the night footage. A young coyote has been coming down alone every night, dragging the sled up the hill, and then hopping on and sliding down it like it's the best toy ever. He does it over and over and over again, sometimes spinning out at the bottom and rolling in the snow before dragging it back up again. And last night, he even brought some of his siblings, and they took turns. So, the owner says that he's just leaving the sled out now and started calling him Sled Dog. And Montana coyotes really know how to have fun in the snow. And for those of you who are thinking that does not look like a coyote, that totally looks like a wolf, let me just tell you right now, no, that is a coyote. That is not a wolf. That is not anywhere near shaggy enough to be a wolf in the snow. That is definitely a coyote. And as you can see, he's just riding the little sled down the hill. And I think that is the kind of cute little story that we need to see these days. Cute stories of aminals sliding. Hey, Thomas Turtle, good to see you. We're right now talking about a funny little cute coyote who likes to go sledding. And we have picture proof, the coyote on the sled. And even though this isn't really sledding, I think it's probably the closest thing a fish can do. We've got some fishies, 2 goldfish at the bar that I go to. And what they like to do, instead of sledding down a hill, because fish can't sled down a hill. I mean, they can, but it's probably not good for their survival. But what they do instead is there's this really big air pump in the fish tank. And so what they like to do is they like to swim right into the bubbles of the air tank or of the fish tank, and then the bubbles shoot them to the top of the water. And so instead of sliding down, they're sliding up, or they're flying upwards. And I think that's probably the closest a fish is going to get to riding a slide, but they love it. They do it over and over and over again. Hey, Mariana, good to see you. Yes, that is a coyote, and he's riding a sled. And let's see here. Pecola Tea. I watched a bee documentary, and researchers found bumblebees preferred playing over eating. Fascinating. Well, that is very interesting, and it also brings me to another topic that I was going to talk about today. But we're getting really close to our Lono listening break, so we'll do the Lono listening break, and then we'll come back to that. Puzzycat, how long have I been here? Only about 15 minutes. Today started at, I think, like 5:25, maybe. I have a friend over who's doing a lot of yard work for me, and we had to discuss plans and things, and we were also just talking, and suddenly it was like 5 o'clock, and I didn't have things put together, so I had to hustle my bustle, and I was still very much late. But thank you for coming in at the very last minute, after I'm sure all y'all had given up on me. Rightfully so. The last few weeks have been flaky as heck. And today I did not anticipate to be a flake, but as it turns out, flakiness comes naturally, and so here we are, being flakes in the bowl together. All right, so, Luke is streaming now also? All right, well, shoot, let's see here. Well, I said, Puzzycat, that when Luke is on, we are going to just go and raid him. So, I guess, should we do a Lono listening break and then go to Luke? Let's do a Lono listening break and then go to Luke. Luke sometimes takes a minute to get started, and he's getting Austin right now, but he's not streaming yet. Wait. Because I did say that I would go raid him. So if he's not doing anything... Oh, okay, so Photo Luke is just started, it looks like. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Why don't I... Flaky as heck. Yes. Oh, he left the stream going. Oh. Luke is running a slow-mo while getting Austin. Okay, well then, alright, so then we won't have to leave and raid right now, but when he gets back, we will. So, somebody, if somebody can sort of have eyes on all the things, we will then go to the other thing when it starts. But now, we've got our thing, which is the Lono thing, and we're already a minute late, so let's listen to some Lono, shall we? Alright, let's do it. Bye!
Pulupe. Pulupene ilike anu, ahe anu mea ole I kamana o, o karike ia o e ke aloha, o I pono ka ini aloko, uluvehi na luna I lani huli, ulupe ka ni a ka ua, a o e a wau ila, I ke ona o kana hele, ulupene ili ke anu, ahe anu mea ole I ka manao, o ka ike ia o e ke aloha, o I pono ka ini aloko, ila lia ka manao, uku I ke anu o ka ua, polona hea e a ka ua, beke ke hau o kana hele, ulupene ili ke anu, ahe anu mea ole I ka manao, o ka ike ia o e ke aloha, o I pono ka ini aloko. He maliu mai oe e ke aloha, ku dear love o Buenos once more ke hoa Kong time Huli ho I ka unwa Pulu bene ili ke anu Ahe anu mea ole I ka manao O ka ike I o e ke aloha Ho I pono ka ini aloko Pulu pene ili ke anu Ahe anu mea ole ka manao O ka ike ia o e ke aloha O I pono ka ini aloko O I pono ka ini aloko Woo.
All right, there we go. So, Puzzycat, to answer your question, no, Loner didn't try to make it in Nashville per se, but he, there's this one DJ that's famous out of Chicago. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, but he's the DJ who is famous for ending the era of disco. Back in the late 70s, there was a famous DJ, this guy who, I want to say it like some Chicago baseball game, the entire crowd brought disco records to like break on the field, declaring the end of the disco era and rock and roll was back or whatever. Whatever DJ it was that guy is, super famous, basically Chicago's version of Howard Stern. Anyway, that guy, found Lono on Maui, liked Lono's music enough that he invited him to stay in Chicago for a couple summers, so he would go out there and back, or a couple winters, and so he would go there. And so when he was there, he performed a lot, and he spent a lot of time in Franklin, Tennessee. Looking at how the big Nashville studios, like how the studio musicians work and this, that, and the other thing. And anyway, he really enjoyed his time in Tennessee. He thought Franklin, Tennessee, I think is probably one of his favorite cities from my understanding, or from the stories he's told me. But all right. So, and you are right, actually, Puzzycat. Tennessee is the same shape as Molokai for the most part. Let's see here. Okay. So, it sounds like Photoluke is back and running. And so we're just going to cut this Statter show short because I want to go hang out with Photoluke. And so there you go. There you have it. So for those of you who are on the YouTube side, if you want to continue hanging out with the peeps, we're going to go, Photoluke is on YouTube, Photoluke Hawaii. He's also on Twitch. I'm going to do a Twitch raid though. I can't remember how to do a Twitch raid though, but I'm going to attempt to do a Twitch raid. And we will hopefully eventually we will get there. It sounds like Puzzycat, according to Pinnell, it sounds like Luke is streaming again on still. Wait, let me just go check. Let's see here. As it turns out, I have to watch an ad, so I don't know if Photoluke is on right at the moment. But Pinnell is confirming he is there now. So I'm going to... Terry is also saying that Luke is on. Before I attempt to do a raid... Alright, there we go. Yes, okay. Before I attempted to do a raid, I wanted to verify. But now that Luke is for sure on, I will, in theory, do a raid. So if I remember how to do a raid, we're going to do a raid. So, forward, raid, Boop. Photo Luke. Hawaii. Oh, okay, that wasn't right. So what's his name? Photo Luke Hawaii. Okay, wait, how do I... hey there, Letitia, you're up and eating cake. I want to eat cake. I would love to eat cake. And let's see here. I don't... Oh, whoops, she's on Photo Luke's thing. Okay, hold on. Why didn't I spell that right? Photo Luke Hawaii. That was totally right. So... Wait, so we go raid. Oh, that was, well, okay, I know what I did. Okay, all right. Whew. Okay, there we go. Every Wednesday I should be longer. Yeah, you know, it would be nice if we could both, if I was longer to run into Photo Luke's thing, but today it's not going to happen. So, for those of you who want to hang out, let's hang out. For those of you who don't, maybe we'll see each other on Saturday. And if not, we'll see each other on Sunday. Okay, let's go right now. Now.